Mr. Speaker, I'm not going to ask the Majority Leader any more questions because I'm not going to get any answers. The American people have a right to those answers. The American people need to know what transparency, which was going to be brought to this body, frankly, by the young guns, and right to debate, right to anticipate, right to participate. But the answer I get is it's not scheduled for next week. Mr. Speaker, I know it is not scheduled for next week. Critical legislation was not scheduled last week, the week before that, the week before that, the week before that, the week before that, and every week before that. Critical legislation supported by the overwhelming majority of the American people. And I am simply inquiring of the Majority Leader, is there any contemplation of bringing that legislation to the floor before this Congress leaves for the election, so the American people who are going to either re-elect this Congress or seek new leadership have an opportunity on which to make an informed decision, which, of course, is what the Speaker said we would have. Certainly will I have equal consideration for the American people as well, so they have the right to robust debate and an open process and allows them to understand what we're doing. I regret that the Majority Leader, in critical issues like Export-Import Bank, which relate to the competitiveness of this country, like Make It in America legislation that we defeated last week on suspension, which we agreed. Majority Leader voted for it. I voted for it. I presume, and I will ask him anyway, I said I wasn't going to ask him, is there any contemplation of bringing that bill, which got 260 votes on this floor, back to the floor under a rule which provides, again, for America's determining whether or not we can find additional rare earth so necessary to be competitive in international markets. And I would ask my friend if, I know it's not on the schedule, so he doesn't have to repeat that litany to me, because I get it. I've heard it now 4, 5, or 6 times. I get it. It's not on the schedule for next week. So the question I ask, is there any contemplation of bringing that bill, which has 260 people who voted for it, back to the floor under a rule so we can provide for a better opportunity to make it in America and to be competitive internationally? I yield to my friend.
Well, I thank my